everyone! It's the crazy Canadian cousins! Yeah! And I started the video too soon. You weren't finished talking. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, maybe for the some we can do a little Quicksand picture, and then we could put be like
Okay.
Okay. We have a special video about a
story time video. This is our first. This thing's in the way. That's kind of annoying the whole time. Oh, wait, quick lesson. These are jazz hands. These are spirit fingers. And these are spirit jazz hands.
Yeah, I do spirit jazz hands like all the time.
Yeah, but jazz hands are with fingers that are cement. And spirit fingers are like no cement. And these are like, we're monsters, these hands.
Okay, so when we were at
my house,
yeah,
there's a lake behind the house.
Yeah, and so
we were kind of like bored, like, cause we're always bored.
Yeah, but
like there's no time that we're not bored. Like I'm bored right now. Okay. And we were walking on the beach.
And then, and then I was walking on this certain area.
Yeah, so on the beach, it's it's a man-made lake.
Sorry.
It's kind of like, you're crazy. So it's a man-made beach. Making sure. So it's a man-made lake. So the beach is just kind of like some dirt on the side, and we were like, okay, it's a beach.
Yeah.
It's like a pile of like dirt.
Yeah, and so I was standing on this pile.
Yeah.
And I just noticed, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ooh, that's awesome. And I just started jumping in it with my cowboy boots.
Yeah, and I had just regular shoes on. And I was like, I don't want to get my shoes dirty.
But then you tried and
so then I went to like a rock and I just stood there while you were like standing there. And then the dog came and we went to go pet the dog. Yeah. Really nice though.
Yeah.
Okay, so but then I was like, hey, let's go back to the beach. So we're like, going to the beach. And then we like stopped that mud. It was like sand mud. And it was just really fun. Like really fun.
And then she took a jump at it.
So then I was like, hey Eden, my shoes were clean at the moment.
Yeah.
And my socks were clean too. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna take a really big jump straight in to that pile of mud.
And I was like, yeah, go ahead.
I was like, why not? I couldn't sink that far.
And then
so I went from the rock. And I was like, ooh, watch out!
And then she was in 2 feet of quicksand.
Quicksand.
Yeah,
like quicksand. It wasn't real quicksand. Hi, Harrison! Thank you!
No. Yeah, no. We need the light on.
We just want the lighting to be good for our video. You want to say hi?
Okay.
I want to say hi.
Yeah, sure, why not? But I'm not.
Say hi, Harrison.
Hello, world.
Attack!
This is a weird video.
Hey.
What's it about?
Oh, we were telling him a story about us yesterday. A+. Good job. So because this video is like crazy, I just want to show you guys
the luxurious.
Oh, so fast. Okay, so I jumped in the mud.
Yeah.
And by then, this whole shoe was covered in just mud. All my sock was covered, and like mud was all the way up to my knee. And it was like a little bit less on this arm, or leg, but it was still crazy. And then so after I did that, I ran to go try and wipe it off in the grass.
So
and And then meanwhile, Eden thought the great idea to do it herself. So she jumped in the mud as well and sank like this long, but it was a bit better for her because she had boots on. After that, we were panicking so much because we were covered in mud. It was like...
Do you want this channel to tell crazy stories?
No, we do tons of stuff.
I thought I got a crazier story than you.
You want to share it in a video?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but we have to finish our story.
Yeah.
So we were like panicking.
And then
we didn't know what to do.
Just beside us.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a waterfall with rocks and stuff. And I got the great idea for us to take our boots and socks off and wash it in the waterfall.
Yeah, why not?
So meanwhile, I was like leaning over with like one shoe in my hand and trying to run it under the waterfall. And meanwhile, Eden was trying to scrub it off on the grass.
And then she said, go slap it all around.
And I told her.
And I was like literally slapping it with all my mat.
We're so dumb.
Yeah.
It was fun though, you got to admit it.
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, we were muddy, dirty, wet, and our shoes were soaked.
Yeah, and then I had a good idea of taking my socks off, and I said,
yeah,
Olivia, run this under the water.
So I ran her sock under the waterfall. Yeah. And then, and you got like mud on your, you got mud on your leggings, on your skirt, and you were like, okay, I better take my sock and then start wiping it even more. Like making the shoes clean, but then making her socks dirty.
You guys done?
Is that the end of our story?
Yes.
Story, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
Want me to show you what a real story
Yeah,
is?
go ahead, Harrison. Here, I'll put it in our little stand.
Okay, so.
And you have to sit down because this is how we film. You gotta sit down. So, welcome to our special guest, Harrison. You get to sit in the middle because you're special. He's special. He gets to go there.
That was awesome.
So.
I know.
I was on a trip with my school at Disney World, and I was in line for Magic Mountain. You must understand, I'm the most soft-spoken, meek, polite little boy there is. Although I have some other friends that may not share the same character traits as me. So whilst I was in the line, my friend Bryce thought it would be a hilarious idea to grab my hand. Olivia, stand up. Eden, grab my hand. Turn around. No, they grabbed my wrist. What he thought would be great for me, he grabbed my hand and did that to another person in front of the line of us. Needless to say, it did not go well.
What happened?
Long story short, I got beat up in a line for Magic Mountain in Disney World because her boyfriend got mad at me. So yeah, it wasn't my fault.
It was his fault, just say!
It was Bryce's fault because he grabbed my hand and made me slap the girl's butt. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's a friend too.
But I mean, you can never say that you've had the full Disney experience unless you've actually been beat up in real time. Like, park security couldn't do nothing. There wasn't a lineup.
What about the Disney Secret Service?
Oh, well, I mean, that's, nobody knows about it. It's secret.
Wait, what did the, security people do?
Oh, they did nothing. It was just like,
I mean, they don't let you cross the parade line.
Oh, yeah.
But they let you slap people. But, and then fight?
Although it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I'm innocent.
You're an innocent boy.
I am an innocent boy.
With a headband.
Next time I feature in her video, I'll tell you guys how a friend of mine was killed in Jakarta for being high on LSD at a party I went to.
Ooh.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody. Quicksand. Woo! Whoa!
Whoa!
Subscribe to Crazy Penny. And subscribe to Crazy Penny. And come on, you never get today. And come on, you never